December, and then we going right in with you. Tell us about Black Chamber of Commerce, Black Professional Men, your own program, your wonderful uh, package that I love that you're shopping around the schools, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
We live on Facebook now, Easy Jackson.
Let's go. Welcome back to another edition of the show about tomorrow. This is our first 2021 show.
Yes.
Back on it with my man Dermell Brunson in the building. Shout out to everybody rocking with us right now live on Facebook. We got a special guest, very, very special guest this month. My man, the one and only Kendrick Tilghman, aka DJ 5-Star.
Yes, sir.
Building with us this month.
Yeah, family. Man. Can y'all hear me? Family.
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm doing phenomenal. Doing the stream thing for my church here, so I'm playing double duty. But you can't. But when the leaders of Tomorrow Youth Center, the whole family, Easy Jackson, Dr. Brunson, my man Greenspan called me.
Yeah.
Immediately,
yeah.
I gotta come. Like it's
yeah.
nothing but greatness on this call.
Yeah. Shout out to our producer Greenspan back there, making things happen. So since we last had a show, man, we had a totally different president. We had a totally different mayor here in Baltimore City. So it's only right that we jump the conversation off a little bit there, getting y'all feedback, just about, what's 2021 looking like for you? It's Black History Month. A lot of things have happened already, jumped off. We had the insurgency and a host of other things. Cicely Tyson is gone. It's just been crazy. How are y'all feeling?
Man, I definitely feel some kind of way about Cicely. I definitely feel some way about Cicely. You meant that it's just so amazing how her career, and Morgan Freeman, when we were young, they were already 50, just making their stride. When you think about her playing Miss Jane Pittman came out in I think like 1974, and so she was, Cicely was already 50, if I'm not mistaken, right? And playing an older character. And so it feels like she's one of those characters in folks that have been around for so long.
Yeah.
When you think of she and Morgan Freeman and Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis and that whole clan of beautiful Black actors, she left a legacy that's just reaping benefits definitely for decades to come.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned folks like Danny Glover. We gotta pray we can hold on to them.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, man. And so this whole transition with coming out of 2020 and 2021, everyone being renewed with a new hope, a new energy, hopefully getting on the other side of this pandemic. It's very important that we continue to spread love and spread that opportunity to really reach other folks beyond ourselves and really take time to think of and esteem everyone in our immediate environments more than we esteem ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's very important that we continue to do that. And so, thinking about the new leadership here in the city, I think folks are excited. What kind of feedback have you been getting?
I've been getting a lot of great, like, exciting feedback. You know what I mean? I think people relate to Brandon on a lot of levels. Mayor Scott has come from the ranks, I think in terms of serving, in public office, but also keeping his ear to the streets and paying attention to what's going on. So I like, I think realistically we can't expect anybody to do anything perfect. And he himself was like, I'm not the savior alone, you know what I mean? But
right.
I do like how he's moving, and I think a lot of people in Baltimore like what's going on.
And it's interesting you say that because I think, again, I always give a lot of my political landscape understanding to you and our relationship over the last 16 going on 17 years of us knowing each other and rocking and collaborating and creating when you in your, you're a renaissance man of many hats. So when you take off the artist hat, you put on that activist hat, and you're in the community, you've been serving on campaigns and helping people to make a difference in this city and in this area. You were the one that really helped also me see that unnecessary pressure that we put on our political leaders that do come in with a pure heart and pure intentions. Like, they can't be the savior. They can't. It takes all of us to still support what they campaigned on.
Yeah. And I think a lot more people are starting to see that, and we got to keep, like, reminding people that going to vote alone isn't just the end all be all. You know what I mean? Like, these people are in places of power, and they get pressure from sides that know that people are not following up. You know what I mean? They're just, voting and not paying attention to what their elected officials are doing, not, um, right there advising them, like, hey, I think you're going the wrong way over there. You know what I mean? I think you're going the wrong way with that decision. But taking more of an active role in politics, and that in the city, that starts with just being as simple as paying attention to the city council meetings that are going on. You know, uh, right in folks' own communities, getting involved with those community organizations. uh you find out a lot about what's going on in City Hall and in Annapolis.
Yeah.
And then that goes further and even into DC with the president. You know what I mean? Like, we have to pay attention to all of these folks. And it can be overwhelming, so it's like, you can't, it's unrealistic to say you can keep 24-hour tabs on everybody, but the more you know, the more you can, make an impact, make an effect on what's going on.
And I think
So
the beautiful thing about it is, we have our focus on our show. If you're just tuning in, this is the show about tomorrow. I'm Dermell Brunson, Easy Jackson. Our guest today, the wonderful, the talented, the very rooted and grounded leader, Kendrick Tilghman, DJ 5 Starr, here with us today. So we're always talking about the future of the Black family in Baltimore. That's our goal, to talk about, keep conversations and put beauty and positivity and love in the air about how we can be more hands-on and grassroots and really intentional on making the future of the Black family in Baltimore as promising, as successful, as hopeful as it possibly can be. And what you just said, Easy, just sparked something in me, thinking about, again, new leadership and how we can begin to, support that new leadership as we look for making Baltimore, specifically our mayor, successful in the endeavors of keeping the city going, but also reshaping some areas of the city. What do you think about that, 5 Starr? New mayor in Baltimore.
At the end of the day, the mayor only checks off things. So it's about local politics. It's about who's voting on what. At the end of the day, the mayor don't make no decisions. They're gonna bring it to his office. He's gonna veto it, just like the governor. Governor don't make no decisions. The president don't make no decisions. Everything is around the circle around them. So we got to build relationships on who represents us. Know your councilmen, know your elected officials that represent you, because you are a constituent of them. So they owe you. They work for you. Stop thinking you work for them. No, they work for you. They are public servants. Public servants mean they work for the public. So you got to advocate on what you believe in, what you're passionate about. Know who they are. If you go to a senator that doesn't represent you, they don't care about you. They care about them votes. So go to your senator, where you live at, where your business in that district. That's how I feel about that. To me, it's no one person. It's about policy. And we need all of the votes to change policy.
yeah. Nah, you're absolutely right. Policy is where it's at. And it's wild because people don't it seems like such a and I think I've said this many times, like, it seems like such a complicated thing on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, it's set up and designed to seem like this beast that we can't participate in, or we don't have a place or a voice in, on purpose, so that, but it really is a constant, it's just constant work. It's a thing that's constantly changing. You know, people serve terms and then they're up for reelection. Policies get taken down once they find out, oh, this is not beneficial to certain communities. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, where it is where it's always going to be. And one of the things that frustrates me a lot about our people in our communities is a lot of time we'll throw that towel in and say, oh, well, they already know what they doing and they already in bed with the corporations and they already going. And it's like, yeah, because you keep letting them. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there just waving your hand off and like saying, yeah, and yeah, you're absolutely right. Those corporations, those lobby firms, they're gonna come in with the dollars and they're gonna say, hey, yo, vote this way. And if they're not hearing from the people in their community, if they're not engaged with the people in their community, then every time they go and vote, you know, against our interests. And you know, so I love that you said that. 5 Star, what have you been up to, man? What's 2021 looking like for you, bro? Tell us
Yes.
what's going on. You always got your hands in some goodness, and I love hearing what you're doing and how you moving. So let me know, yo, what's popping?
I gotta take my mask off.
Yeah, take your mask, demask yourself,
Man,
demask.
first I gotta show y'all this light I got. It's a pure light. The box is up front. I'm figuring we to show it to you some way.
I
But
kind of saw it earlier when you were scanning the sanctuary. I saw it kind of sitting over there.
it's like it's a light bulb. It's an air purification system and a light bulb. Like I'm ready to make all this investment because I've been using since 2019. So I'm about to be the light bulb man. If I started a light bulb man.
I love it.
But other than that, everything has been going in the right direction. Like just virtual everything. So we got a virtual platform. It's called Virtual Venues. You can definitely type in the URL linktr.ee/virtual venue. Look at the brochure. It's like Clubhouse mixed with Zoom. And so
Did you hit the mute button?
So the virtual venue is like Clubhouse mixed with Zoom. So you have the operation of Clubhouse where you can go where you want to go in any room you want to, but you can still have the Zoom capabilities of turning on your camera and being able to chat. And so at the end of the day, we wanted to create a virtual venue that people can host their conferences on and during this pandemic still be safe. So it hosts up to 100,000 people. It actually has one-to-one networking, and you can have an expo booth to generate a revenue stream. So I would love to partner with you. That's with our nonprofit, Black Professional Men. I serve as the vice president there for Black Professional Men. It's one of the tools we invested in to help our partners with a virtual conference. And so other than that, Virtual Solutions is a new brand we've been working on. So usually I'm in my studio and have a whole little green screen behind me where I can just basically change where I am in the location. And so our company still provides services for my church. So I'm here streaming their service. They're like, oh my God, Kendrick, you're talking. There's not a mic back here. They can't hear me in the stream. I see the stream volume right there. We're good to go. So
That's
I'm able
good.
to do.
You in the house of the Lord, helping the people there. So you're doing the work all over. So tell us about professional men. Like what are you guys, Black professional men? What are you guys into right now? What's your mission?
Absolutely. So our mission is to ensure the future of the African American male. And so at this point, I realized everything is in a million. We want to reach 1 million sixth graders with our Math Through Music product. We want to reach 1 million fathers to help them with resources. We want to help 1 million families, 1 million communities. Everything's in a million because there is no I in team. It's a network. So our business model is really a NASCAR. So we basically have a sticker on a bunch of cars, and there you go.
Okay. And here in Baltimore, what are some of the tools that you guys are using or the avenues you to build that million strong in each of those areas?
I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
In Baltimore, what are you guys doing to kind of build that million strong model in areas that you just described? What are the avenues you guys are using?
Same formula. It's the NASCAR. We invite all partners to come with their goal and come when they're praying.
We're praying. This is live. We're live, guys, on Facebook.
Yeah.
The show about tomorrow. Easy Jackson. Be saying a prayer. Say a prayer for us too over there, Kendrick, while you praying. Pray for the city. So we thankful for this opportunity to be live and have this type of experience, because as you can see, he is a hot commodity in the community, always moving about and helping. So this is a part of the love of our show, is to keep things moving right in the live space. So we're thankful for that. I like what he said though, Easy, about the million. There's something about that million sounds strong.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, he's right. Everything that, once it gets to a million, it's respectable, right?
Mm.
Like it used to be, like before you had Instagram and all that, it was like if you got a million views on YouTube, then labels started to look at you. Instagram, everybody wants to hit a million followers. You got the Million Man March. Once you start talking that number, people listen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love that approach. Love that energy. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think that having the black professional man. I remember then when I was a young man. The first time I met Kendrick Tilghman, I got introduced through my church that I grew up in as a young man on Garrison Boulevard, Wayland Baptist, 3200 Garrison, and
Yeah, yeah, Wayland.
yeah, Deacon Campbell and Scott Phillips and all those cool guys, brought us as young men to black professional men. That was my experience. You got introduced also as a man, and then you stayed in.
So I didn't know anything about Black Professional Man. You're right. When we were in high school, Dr. Brunson, it existed. Black Professional Man just turned 30 years old this year in 1999. One of my classmates got the scholarship. I had no clue. When I became an adult, and actually I graduated with my electrical engineering degree with Morgan State University, I started working on my MBA back at Morgan State, and I said, where are the gentlemen? I need more gentlemen in my circle. And so I was looking for gentlemen. And coming from Emerson Village, our relationships are a bit urban. And so when you move into that next level and you want to connect with people who think like you, that I was looking for that. And so I found Black Professional Men in 2011, maybe, and been there ever since.
Wow.
Man.
Wow. And it's such a beautiful thing, Easy, when you think about those seeds being planted. You and I often talk about and laugh and reflect, shed tears over remembering our development years as young men in the city of Baltimore, whatever we were into in the community, in the hood, sports, arts, whatever it was that kept us kind of having options in an environment that normally seemed like there were no options. And I know I've laid my life down to be a vessel to steer, decision making and creativity and programming in a way that gives kids options. Kendrick, tell to us about the option that you created with your company as far as the cool kits that the kit that I love. I don't know the names. Remind me of the name.
Math Through Music. And
Math Through Music. I love it. I love it. Talk to us about Math Through Music.
I'll speak to it like this. When I was in high school, I played basketball. I remember playing Emerson. We were down by 30. I hit 6 3-pointers and dunked on this dude for the final game-winning point. Crowd went crazy. People came to the gym floor, picked me up in the air, and I had this dream that same energy for sports was for math. Then I found a way to combine my engineering degree with me being a professional DJ. We started as an edutainment workshop, then it grew to an after-school program, an intro to a teacher's unit plan, an exhibit for STEM fairs, STEAM fairs, and now STREAM fairs, because we want to include reading. It's so important to include reading in the science, technology, reading, engineering, arts, and math. And then we actually became an educational resource.
Yeah, that's amazing stuff, man. I love that I was there for that transition too. Like to see him go from just being a DJ to, like, you know what I mean, the suits and ties.
Right.
And you know what I mean? It's like,
got
wow.
his bow tie on now. He's sharp now.
Yeah.
Bringing that whole flavor to his whole brand.
Yeah.
Definitely was something that really inspired me too, watching that enterprise move from setup to setup, like you said. And the Math Through Music really touched me when he introduced it to me, because it's so well thought out and it's so intricately planned, but it's engaging. right,
Yeah.
Kendrick? So it's not math through music in some old school boring style of math. You're really exciting the young people around getting involved in math.
I wonder if I can share my screen to actually show you the actual. Is it in my Google Drive? Can I see that? So basically, with the challenges we had as a service-based company, now I got to hope that somebody can go into a school and speak the way I speak, or train or teach, and I got to hope that they show up on time. All that is a liability, because at the end of the day, it's trying to scale up a service-based company. There are holes and you'll see some challenges. So we wanted to have a product. So we partnered with an organization out of Canada, in which we inherited some data. So the Canadian federal government did a 5-year study on math through music, and it actually doubled math scores. And so we were excited about coming to Baltimore, but many times we're looked at as a pilot. I'm like, no, not quite. We got a 10-year record in Canada, 5-year study in doubling math scores. And so we wanted to position our product as a expansion in the United States, not a pilot in the United States. So basically the kit comes with your laptop, your DJ controller, all of your software, all of your hardware, embedded videos to coincide with the curriculum, so you don't need me or my team to show up and teach you. Now, we've had some clients that say, hey, we got a math teacher that DJs on the side, we're gonna just buy your kit and he's just gonna follow the videos because it comes with everything you need. And then some, we got somebody that'll teach it, but they don't DJ. Can you come and bring your team and train them, and then they'll teach the class? And then we got others that say, no, we want you and your team. We want the kit, but we want your team to come teach it. And so we've been able to do that as well. And so, and then we've had an opportunity to work with organizations that had a grant. And in that grant, they couldn't own anything. So we created a leasing option for them. You can just pay for it for 6 months, and then you can bring it back when the lease is up. And so we've opened all those opportunities to be able to reach 1 million sixth graders to help lower their need for college. If you impact 1 million sixth graders right now with math through music, by the time they're in the 9th grade, they'll qualify for dual enrollment. Once they're in dual enrollment, before they graduate high school, they have an AA degree. And if they decide to go on and continue in college, they're starting as a junior, so they don't have to take out any loans or pay for any of those first 2 years. So that's my mission when we're looking to tie math through music to our universities that have that pain point of wanting to actually reach those actual, I would say, students, scholars, but at the same time, we still want to make sure that it creates the urge to learn. Like, we're not in the business, we're not in competition with educators. We're in the extended learning space, and we want to be a complement to educators. And so that's why we focus on really the extended learning areas of after school program, or some type of intro to a teacher's unit plan, an exhibit for a STEM fair, or a summer program, or we will still have contracts where we go into schools during the day, but we want to be looked at as an educational resource.
I love educational resource. I love that. I love the fact of really putting it in the hands of the young people, putting it in the hands of educators to use themselves. It's a well thought out piece. Let people know where they can contact you to get access to the Math Through Music kit and program.
Yeah, so please connect with me, DJ 5-Starr. If you want to look it up for yourself, it's Math Through Music, MATHTHURU through music, MUSIC. And so .com. Click on team. You'll see my little face right there. I'm on the team as the Northeast director here in the United States. And then my company has a product partnership with Go Create, the nonprofit in Canada. And so you can contact us directly. We basically ship out the kits to wherever in the United States. We have some clients in Chester, PA. We're moving all the way in Maryland, and I want to publicly thank the Y of Central Maryland, because right now they're in the lead of purchasing the most kits from us. And so our goal is to fill up schools with 10 kits. If you have a 20 student classroom, you want to have a kit per every 2 students. And so the 2 students of having 2 students per class, honestly, eliminates the competition factor. We had a school that said, oh, we love it, Mr. Tilghman, you got a product, give it to us. And they put that one kit in a room full of 30 students, and it turned into a competition factor. We want to make sure that the data that we show coincides with what we know. Our hypothesis is that if we can increase your creative thinking, i.e. putting STEM and music together, it'll increase your academic performance, it'll increase your attendance rates, because now it's cool to come to school, you got some DJ equipment there, and I get to learn. And so for us, we think we can increase academic performance, attendance rates, and even graduation rates due to the fact that we can create that urge to learn by this platform. We have some data from Stanford University here in the United States. They did a study more on emotional intelligence. A lot of our young scholars in the age of the 5th grade through 9th grade era are anti-mathematics. They're like, oh, I don't like math. It's hard. It's difficult. And so we wanted to create a platform that they can actually enjoy math. So we did, the Stanford University did a study on emotional intelligence. They just basically did a survey the first day, and then 120 days later, they said, what do you ask the same questions? What do you think about math? Oh, it's enjoyable. Now I like math when you put it in these 35 lessons that teach me how to DJ, but using the same principles. Remember this, everyone. Principles are few, processes are many. Principles are few, processes are many. So we're just taking the process of a principle and all these math principles and exposing them in something that's relevant to that young generation.
I love it. I love it. I'm totally in. Tell people one more time where they can get that Math Through Music kit and programming.
Yep, absolutely. Come right to me with 5 Starr Enterprise. If you want to look it up, it's Math Through Music. And if you reach out to them, they're going to say, hey, contact Mr. Tilghman in Baltimore, because they know that we handle pretty much the United States piece of it. But you can contact me directly. I'm DJ 5 Starr on everything. That's my email. That's my other email. That's my link tree. So just remember, it's the number 5 and STARR. That is Math Through Music. If you click on team, go ahead and click on, you can share that screen and click on team for them.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
I thought I saw it. Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
When you click on team right there, I'm gonna see all my good friends. It's my man Joseph. It's my young boy Sunil. That's our new person. He's in Orlando. That's my guy Peter. And there's your boy. And so
I love it.
We're just excited because it's an international product, an international partnership. You notice in my next to my name it said U.S. representative or U.S. something. So it's really to have an international relationship. I'm in Canada like 3 times a year. All the young DJs in Canada look up to me. They ask for advice, and so we're closing not only generational gaps with this product, but cultural gaps. And so we're actually building that tie between 2 different countries. It's international. And so I'm excited about where we are, what we're doing, and even our pivots, because we've been doing 2 major events with our Canada partners. One is called DJpreneur, where we just talk about the entrepreneurship side in the DJ industry throughout DJs. And so that just occurred in November. And so that was exciting to just be on a Zoom, because everything's virtual because of where we are. But in my own home, I'm in Canada.
Wow.
And so
5 Starr, how strong do you feel about people who are as influential as DJs are doing this kind of stuff outside of the realms of just DJing? You know, I mean, I think that I think I'm just listening to you talk, brother, and there's so many times that I run into artists, DJs, rappers, producers, everybody that they do this awesome community work on the side, but it doesn't seem to be like, you know, enough people doing it throughout the world, really. You know, I love you bridging this gap between, you know, the US and Canada and making this an international thing. How important?
Back to your question. So the question is, how important is it for artists to have that social impact piece? Is that what I'm
Yeah,
hearing?
yeah.
So absolutely important. Remember this, talent is 10% of the game, is 90% who you know. And you've seen it.
You see these whack, non-rapping, non-DJing, non-talented people get on because of a relationship. And so that gotta put in your mind that you gotta be able to pivot in these times, not just relying on your talent. Because the talent won't get you there. You could be the best person in whatever industry you're in, but if you're in the closet, nobody knows about you.
Right.
If you're in your house and you don't go nowhere, you don't have no social media, you don't have no outlet, nobody knows about you. So you're the best kept secret. And so we don't have time as artists, especially the artists that look like us, to be the best kept secret anymore. We got to leverage what's free. We got a free phone that can give you all these different platforms. So I was talking to one of my mentors. And he said, "Why you want me on Clubhouse? Ain't this what Master P was just talking about? We making another white person rich and that." I said, "Look, at the end of the day, it's an opportunity for you to connect.
Yeah.
Clubhouse is a free app. I didn't pay for anything for Clubhouse. It's a free app. The rooms that I went into, it didn't cost me anything to get in the room.
Right.
The conversations I've had in those rooms produced me some income. I sold some Pure Light light bulbs. I sold a DJ package. To me, it does that it's the relationship. Talent is 10% of the game, is 90% who you know, and more importantly, who likes you when you build that relationship. And so for me, one of the passions I have is entrepreneurship and businesses growing. And so I serve as the president of the Greater Baltimore Black Chamber of Commerce. And one thing I learned just being on the fly on the wall, just being a part of the chamber, is that there are only 2% of businesses that look like you and I that have more than one employee. That's a lot of solopreneurs out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so for us, we got to be able to scale. Is it that time?
That's a powerful statement right there. That's the whole
that's heavy.
Just that 2%. He and I talked about that before in reference to because I registered LTYC and myself as a member after having a conversation with Kendrick about Black Chamber of Commerce. And that was the part that really brought me in easy, was when he and I discussed that percentage. And also he and I discussed and remind me, Kendrick, what were the numbers around how many Black businesses really exist in this area, Baltimore City and County? Like, what's the percentage again? I remember you and I talking about that.
Yeah, so in Baltimore City, it's already 60% Black. So 60% Black, but yet it's only a 29% minority participation. Meaning if a prime contractor, right, anything, let's talk about construction, they get $1 million contract, right? In the law in Maryland, it says 29%, which is about $290,000, should be going to a Black company, whether you're a subsidiary. Basically, I got a prime contract. I can't do all this work, so I need to hire somebody to come do some of this work. 29% of that should be going to a Black company. And so that law is there. It exists. And so that's kind of what got me addicted to the chamber, because I was like, oh, we advocated for that to become law and it passed? Oh, I didn't know we had that much clout. I didn't know you could even do that. And all that is an elected official that you have a relationship putting in a bill. And then you use all your other relationships in that industry to make sure that those elected officials that are their compadres vote on that bill to become law. Now you just impacted policy that impacts more than yourself. And so we believe in strength in numbers and power and unity. And so that's why we basically come together, and I try to unify. Everything I'm a part of is unifying people. I don't like separation.
Yeah. I love it. Unity is our superpower, especially in a city like Baltimore. City like Baltimore, unity becomes the way we get things done, move, respond to crisis, respond to issues, and also continue to beautify the city in a powerful way. It is the show about tomorrow. We're here with our first show of the year, 2020. We're still virtual, like many of you. I know a lot of you are Zoomed out, virtualed out. Trust me, I'm on that list as well. I'm ready to get back physically exchanging with family and friends and professional meetings on a regular basis. But we're thankful for today. We're thankful for 5-Starr tuning us in on his life, right in the middle of his life right now. He's in the middle of serving in the community. This is a man who is about action, not just about words. He practices what he preaches, and he's about it every day of the week. I know, because I've rolled with him out in the community and watch how he get busy impacting lives and making this city a better place for the young people coming behind us. Easy, tell us something special to close us out for this show today, this first episode of the new year. I know it is Black History Month, something that we've all continued to talk about lovingly, about the impact of Black culture, engineers, scientists, entertainers, business people, politicians. What's on your heart to give the people as we close out today, just about Black history and the impact that it has possibly on our city?
You know, I have been loving what we've been doing at Epic Fam. If you follow our Instagram at Be More Epic Fam, at Be More Epic Fam, we've been in particular highlighting Black artists from Baltimore. So I've just been inspired by all of the stories of Baltimore artists, folks like DJ Five Star, going all over the world, artists like Shorty Shorty, and Billie Holiday, and boxers like Javante Tank Davis,
Yes, sir.
and athletes like Carmelo Anthony. All of these people creating Black history from a Black city, Baltimore City. I'm very happy about it. A particular highlight we did this month was James Hubert UB Blake, one of the most important figures in early 20th century African American music. In 1921, he and his longtime collaborator Noble Sissy wrote "Shuffle Along," one of the first Broadway musicals to be written and directed by African Americans. In honor of Black History Month, we're paying homage to legendary artists from Baltimore. Shout out to UB Blake. If
Yeah.
you ever get a chance, if you are in the Baltimore area in downtown and you have not, visit the UB Blake Cultural Center down there. Beautiful building, lots of history in there, and it's right here in our great city of Baltimore.
Baltimore. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in with us today. We want to give a shout out to LTYC and its leadership, Executive Director Dana Carr, and Executive Leadership Lauren Blackwell, our executive producer of this show, Brian Greenspan Dawkins, Easy Jackson of Epic Fam, and all the great work that Kendrick Tilghman is doing here in the city of Baltimore and international in Canada and London and beyond. It's not going to stop. One day soon, you'll be doing things in all continents, because this movement of math through music is powerful. The movement of uplifting Black businesses and helping folks to be direct in their intentions, and unity is a part of the love that we're spreading every day of my life. I'm trying to spread that by the grace of God. And so we're just really thankful for this opportunity. Another shout out to WEAA and the Afro, who've been wonderful partners of ours, working with the School of Urban Social Work there, Morgan, Dr. Michael Sinclair, Mr. Richard Norman, the CEO of Martin Pollock, and the founder of the Legacy Alliance. We want to give a shout out to our wonderful sister, Lady Brion. Brion will be on during the year in a more guest segment capacity. She's totally engulfed in rebuilding, talking about that history, Easy, of UB Blake and those artists from Baltimore.
Yes,
Brion is hands, feet, knee deep in rebuilding the Black Arts District, Pennsylvania Avenue, which is a big lift, a big work that she's doing. And so we continue to send her love and wish her well. She's a part of this team indefinitely, but you guys will see her less as the year goes on. And don't be afraid to still call in and chime in through email, through text, to see about what we're doing for the show about tomorrow. Follow us on social media, follow LTYC, definitely follow DJ Five Star. And we love you guys. We love Baltimore. Keep taking care of each other. Keep washing your hands and wearing your mask, right? And keep spreading this love.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Yeah.
Thanks, Five Star.
Anytime.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, I think we I thought we were waiting for I thought we was waiting for Green to turn it off. But yeah, I think we good, man. Thanks, bro.
Oh, okay. Damn. I thought I had more to talk about. All right, I'm out.
All right,
We
brother.
got to do this again.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All right.
All right, man. Peace.